Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to go over my book haul from October of 2018 and see where I am with those books. Have I read them? Are they sitting here unread? Have I unhauled them? What's my status basically for what I hauled 1 year ago? And this video process has been very enlightening for me. It really shows me I'm not reading the books that I'm bringing in within a year of bringing them into my house. So it's been a little disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like, ugh, man, I'm bringing all these books in, but I'm not reading them. So it's a little bit of a slap in the face. Probably needed, but it is getting some of these books back on my radar as well, so I do appreciate that. But we are going to go ahead and watch my October book haul. I have one book haul, and then I had also a vlog where I went to Savannah, Georgia with my best friend. We had like a little girls' weekend trip there, and I did buy 3 books in that video. So I have them here. We're not going to go through that video because it's a long video, and I don't want to pull that one up and do all that. So I'm just going to show you at the end those 3 books as well, what I hauled and all that stuff and where I am with those. But I have my journal here, my little page. I'm ready to keep track, and I have my video ready to go. So let's watch it together and we will see how I do for the month of October. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Hey guys, it's Sarah. And I have a book haul already. Somehow I accumulated 14 books. And it's beginning of October. I don't know. But I do know this is going to be the last book haul for me until the month of December. December, there is going to be a very fun project happening, which we've been planning for a very long time now. So that's going to be happening in the month of December. So because of that, that was Advent last year. It was so much fun. And I've said that before, but now I have to it has to be real now. I can't buy any more books until December. So November, I will not have a book haul. I think I stuck with that too. I will not. I am not going into any bookstores. I'm not going to Goodwill. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to be online. I'm not doing the book outlet Black Friday sale, which is going to hurt my heart a little bit, but I can't. I legitimately can't. So I have these books to haul, and then that's going to be it. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did though. All right, so let's just get into it. The first 3 books I have to show you are books that were actually sent to me. This first one I got from Penguin, and it is actually one that I have not heard of, and it was unsolicited, so that was kind of nice. This is called Odd One Out by Nick Stone. Okay, I unhauled that. I didn't read it because it wasn't something that really interested me at all. And then I started hearing not so great things about it. So I unhauled that one. Wow, it's been a while since I can mark this box. The next book I ended up getting from the publishers, and I got it from Bookish First, and that is Consumed by J.R. Ward. Okay, I still have that one. Oh, and I haven't read it yet. Yep, I still haven't read this one. But J.R. Ward is an author that I've read before, and I really, really liked the first book in her Black Dagger Brotherhood series, which is a vampire series. I really liked it, and it's a series that I've wanted to go back to. I just haven't, but I want to at some point. But this is a new series, I believe, and this follows firefighters, and I'm totally about that. And again, I read the first chapter from Bookish First, and I really liked it enough that I requested it, and then I ended up getting chosen, so I was very lucky to be able to get this, but I haven't read it yet, but I really want to. And yeah, I don't know. It's something I really want to get to. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. And I got it a year ago. And now Bookish First has a policy where they want you to read the book within 3 weeks of receiving it. Because I think a lot of people were doing what I'm doing and getting the books and then not reading them right away. So it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, which is to, push the publicity for these books and get people to review them ahead of time and all that. So they changed their policies, probably because of people like me. So sorry. And the last book that I received from the publisher is Once Upon a River. This is by Diane Setterfield. This is another book I haven't read yet. Okay, so nope, still haven't read this one. I've heard very good things about it though. So my interest is piqued even more than when I originally got it. Because I think if I was like super interested before and when I got it, like I didn't, you know, read it right away. But I've heard really good things about it since. A lot of people have been reading this book in particular and really liking it. And I just, yep, still sitting there. This is a chunker. It's a good hefty book, but yeah, just haven't read it yet. Okay, this next one is one that I picked up at Walmart because they had one of those really big discount bargain bins of books, and I always tend to look through them when I see them because sometimes there's some gems in there, sometimes there's not. But I actually picked one up this time. This is a historical fiction, and it is called Along the Infinite Sea by Beatrice Williams. Another one I haven't read yet. Still have it. But Beatrice Williams is somebody that I want to read some of her books because she does have a lot of books that she has written, and she is a very popular historical fiction author. Just, again, haven't done it, but I mean, I got this for $5 and it's beautiful and it's a hardback and yeah, nope. And then I ended up going to Books A Million one day because I had a $10 gift card that I needed to use before my birthday. So it was kind of burning a hole in my pocket. And I was like, well, I'm not going to let $10 go to waste. So I went up there and took a look around and found 2 books in the bargain section that were just like, what? The first one, Jodi Picoult, Small Great Things. Okay. Nope. Yeah, I still haven't read this one yet. This was actually on my list for my top 9 to read in 2019. However, I'm kind of abandoning that list at this point. I think I've read a few from that list, but the other ones, including this one, just when I look at them, they don't call out to me to read. I don't find any excitement to pick them up. So, yeah. I don't know. I will read it eventually, for sure, because Jodi Picoult is one of my favorite authors, but I just haven't read it yet. But I think when I'm ready for another Jodi Picoult, this will be the one that I pick up. And also in the bargain section, they had a whole bunch of classic that were just in these little editions that were all matching and kind of cute, and they were only $5. So I grabbed one that is on the Great American Reads list that I didn't have yet, and I got Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And still haven't read that one, but it's still here. And this is the tiniest thing. Look how short it is. It's ridiculous how little. It's only like 205 pages, I think. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 205 pages. And it's still sitting here a year later and I haven't read it yet. So, yeah. And then I did get one book from Book Outlet this month because I have been eyeing it and I was putting in an order for some other things anyway, and so I went ahead and added it to my cart for myself, and that's God's Grave by J. Kristoff. Oh, okay. I still haven't read it, you guys. And I just got the 3rd book as a pre-order, but I haven't read number 2. But I do have a special plan for this trilogy. So I will be reading it. It's not going to happen yet, probably not even this year, but I do want to reread Nevernight, the first book, and then read God's Grave, and then read Dark Dawn. And I want to binge read the trilogy and just consume it as a whole and just let it completely destroy my heart because I know it's going to. But yeah, no, oh gosh, a year ago. The rest of the books that I have here were all like thrift shop or library sales or anything like that. So we'll start with the library sale. I did get 3 books at my local library, and they just had a big sale, you know, trying to get through some of the books that they had, and it was huge. There were so many books. I was really surprised about how many they had, and I picked up 3 for myself. So the first one is The Gilead, and this is by Marilynne Robinson. Yep. Another one I haven't read yet. This is less than 250 pages. So I should read it soon. This won the Pulitzer Prize. It's on the Great American Reads list. All the things. And nope, still haven't read it. So yeah. And then the other 2 books I picked up are actually companion books, I believe. And it's by an author I have not read yet, but I'm very interested in her work. So I picked up a couple of books by Kate Atkinson. The first one is Life After Life, which I've heard pretty good things about. And then the second one is A God in Ruins. Okay. They do go together. They're companion novels, and I haven't read them. Still have them. Still have them. I've heard wonderful things about this book, like for sure. This one, mixed reviews. I've heard really good things, really bad things. So this one's a little bit more mixed, but this one for sure, like I really do want to read this. A lot of people have been giving this really high praise, and some of people are saying this is like one of their favorite books ever. So wish I could say the same, but I can't because I haven't read them. And next, I picked up a couple of books from Goodwill. So the first one is Dead Wake, and this is by Erik Larson. Still haven't read it. Erik Larson scares me a little bit. He wrote The Devil in the White City, which I also have. But this one follows the Lusitania, which is a real ship that happened, a real ship that I believe sunk, from what I'm remembering correctly. But it's the last crossing of that ship. He scares me a little bit, though, because it is nonfiction. It's pretty big. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about this book in particular. I'm really interested in, things like this, like, sinking ships and what happened. I believe this happened during a war, all that stuff. But the fact that it's nonfiction kind of scares me a little bit. So if you've read this, let me know your thoughts and all that. But yeah, so still haven't read it. Also at Goodwill, I found a bind up of I think this is called His Dark Materials. Haven't read it, guys. Still haven't read it. I mean, this is 3 books in one, so like, don't get me wrong. I would not read all 3 at one time. I would read the first one and see what I think. The first one is The Golden Compass. Oh, yay. But this one, I believe, is going to be a miniseries on the BBC, from what I'm understanding. So I've heard good things about the series as a whole, and there's even, like a spin-off series now that's coming out newly. I think number 2 is coming out very soon. But yeah, I haven't done it. And I ended up going to the thrift store at the base that is next to our town, and I hadn't been in there yet, and I knew that they had books, so I went ahead and went in one day just to see what they had. They didn't have a ton, quite honestly, but I did grab 2 books. So the first one is Middlesex, and this is by Jeffrey Eugenides. Nope. Still haven't read this, you guys. This is another Pulitzer Prize winner, and I still haven't read it. Nope. But it's still here. And then the last book I picked up at the thrift store is Codename Verity. This is by Elizabeth Wein. Okay, so that one I still have. Hang on, let me go get it. Okay, so I still have this one, but I've read it. And I read it before I bought it. We read it for a book club one month. And here's the thing, though. When I read this, I think I gave it 3 stars, maybe 4. Let me go check. Okay, so I gave this one 4 stars when I first read it. However, this is a book that I would like to reread because I feel like when I first read it, I didn't fully get everything out of it that I should have. Based on my reading taste now versus when I read it a few years ago, I think my reading tastes have grown a little bit to fit this dynamic. So this is something I want to reread and I want to revisit because I feel like this should probably be a 5-star read for me. And I wonder if I reread it, if I'm going to get that 5-star feeling from this, because it's something that I think I just missed something along the way when I was reading it. I think I read through it too quickly and I didn't fully get everything that I needed out of it. So this one that I would like to revisit. So I'm going to count it as unread just because I bought it specifically because I wanted to reread it and I haven't done that yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and say unread, even though I technically have. But yeah, so yeah. Okay, so those are all the books that I hauled in that particular video. Now I have 3 other books that I hauled that month that I bought when I was in Savannah, Georgia. So I will show you what those were. The first one is I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. I spent a good amount of money on this book in that bookstore. It was a beautiful bookstore. It was so gorgeous, independent, just, I could have stayed there for hours. It was so great. And then I decided to pick up at least one book. However, they were very expensive. So like this was not a super cheap used bookstore. It was an independent bookstore that had full price books. They were pretty expensive. I spent $30 on this book, which I normally would not do, but I wanted to support the bookstore because we were there, and you know, I wanted to take something home from it because it was a gorgeous bookstore. And actually, this was on a table that was marked as staff picks, and it had actually, I think I still have it. Yeah, it has a little bookmark in it where it's a bookmark for the store, and then on the back, it's a handwritten thing on why that particular staff person loves this book, and it was kind of sticking out of it on the table. And so when I did that, you know, this is the book I was on my radar anyway because I'd heard really good things about it, so I knew I wanted to get it anyway. So I decided to pick it up, and then when I was checking out, the girl who checked me out was the one who wrote that in the book, and so we were talking about it a little bit more. So that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah. Haven't read it yet though. And these next two I got at another independent bookstore. This one was a little bit cheaper, and it did have some used books. This first one is used, and that is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead, another book I haven't read yet, but I really want to. And this one actually had a little bit of damage on it, so I did get it for a discounted price. I think I spent $7 or $8 on this one, and I was okay with that. And I don't mind, like, it's fine. It doesn't bother me sitting on my shelves. But yeah, I haven't read it yet still. And then the last one that I picked up at that same bookstore is The Complete Stories by Flannery O'Connor. And I wanted to pick this up because Flannery O'Connor actually grew up in Savannah. She grew up in an orphanage there, and I actually got to see the orphanage where she grew up. So that was pretty cool. And I figured, like, you know, get a local famous author's work in the city that you're in. Why not? So I grabbed this one. These are, like I said, short stories by her, and this actually won the National Book Award, so that's pretty cool. And it's a peacock, you guys. I love peacocks. And the reason it has a peacock on it is because Flannery O'Connor actually ended up living on a peacock farm. So that's pretty cool too. Haven't read a single one though. Is anyone surprised? Okay guys, so my numbers are not good. I hauled a total of 17 books, 14 in the video, and then 3 in my Savannah vlog. And I unhauled one of them, and I still have 16 on my shelves unread. I have not read a single book that I hauled last October, not a single one. And that's really disappointing. Yeah, that's really bad. Those are not good things. It's okay. Everything's fine. Like I said, this project has been an eye-opener for me that I'm not reading my books in a timely manner from when I buy them. So yeah. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go hide in my corner real quick. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know down below if I should move any of these up on my list to read soon. It'll have to be after my young adult reading class is over. Honestly, that's taking up most of my time right now. But maybe in December I can pick up one of these. So if there's one that stood out to you, let me know down below, and maybe I will try to pull that and stick it on my TBR cart and try to read it before the end of the year. That could be a little bit of a help, maybe a push to get one of these read. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.